The war in West Asia has triggered an energy crisis, and it's now pinching East Africa as well. Nations are scrambling to find alternatives, and Kenya didn't have to look far. Nairobi is turning to Mozambique. President William Ruto hosted his Mozambican counterpart, Daniel Chapo, at a state house in Nairobi. The two leaders signed 3 memoranda of understanding, and they were aimed at strengthening bilateral cooperation on energy, security, and trade. Chapo also attended the Kenyan International Investment Conference, where deals worth $2.9 billion were announced. But it was the impact of the West Asia war that loomed over the talks. Ruto and Chapo discussed measures that could shield them from the effects of the war. With global supply routes disrupted, Mozambique, Africa's 3rd largest holder of gas reserves, offered to step in and support Kenya.
The discussions we've had on the opportunities of gas in Mozambique will go also a long way in mitigating the effects of the conflicts that you have on our supply chain. The distance between Beira and Mombasa is just 24 hours. So that if we could unlock the gas potential in Mozambique.
The sea route between Mombasa and Mozambique's port of Beira is among the shortest on the East African coast, and both governments say this direct corridor could be a game changer. For Kenya, the advantage is immediate. A shorter, faster supply route means lower transport costs, fewer delays, and far more predictable flow of fuel and gas. It reduces Nairobi's dependence on long, vulnerable West Asia corridors, a critical edge at a time when global shipping lanes are being disrupted by war and skyrocketing insurance costs. And for Mozambique, the gains are just as significant. A direct energy corridor to Kenya opens up a reliable regional market. It provides a new channel to monetize its massive gas reserves, and it attracts fresh investment into its growing energy sector. But energy wasn't the only priority on the table. Security cooperation was just as high on the agenda. Mozambique has been battling a persistent insurgency in its northern Cabo Delgado region, a conflict that has displaced hundreds of thousands and has threatened multi-billion-dollar gas projects. Kenya, with years of experience fighting Al-Shabaab, has emerged as a key security partner, and Maputo says it wants to tap into that expertise as both countries face a common cross-border threat.
With Kenya, we shall keep cooperating in defense and security in a way that the experience of Kenya in the fight against terrorism can also be transmitted to Mozambique as we continue to fight terrorism, which is a global problem. Terrorism is like climate change. It is a global problem that directly or indirectly affects all countries.
As the war in West Asia reshapes global energy routes, Kenya and Mozambique are positioning themselves to weather the storm, leveraging gas, trade, and security ties to build a new regional partnership. And if their bet pays off, the Beira-Mombasa corridor could emerge as one of East Africa's most strategic lifelines in the months ahead.